Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Purpose Driven Live Sports on the back here for some more NBA videos. So, it was confirmed today by Kevin Durant after he actually got surgery that he did rupture his Achilles, which is a sad development, but, that's what it happens when you play on an injury like he did, the calf injury. Many assumed that it was an Achilles before, but I think it was the calf just based on where he was grabbing, even though it was still pretty low on his leg, but nonetheless, it's just a sad development, man. He definitely wanted to play though, and understand that. But from both sides, you just understand that sometimes you just gotta hold the player back from risking something greater. But you saw what he brought to the team. His presence there in Game 5 was just tremendous. The way they were moving the ball with him, passing, making shots. He was 3 of 3 from 3-point range. It was just amazing seeing their ball movement. And you saw Steph Curry and Clay. It was relieving to them because they couldn't get double teamed or grabbed or just things of that nature because of Kevin Durant's presence. So that's going to be sorely missed. And but he did say the surgery was successful, that it did work out for him. So to me, that's the good part in this, is that even though it's going to be a long recovery, he may not be the same after. Is that sorry, I almost sneezed. Anyway, it's things in life happen, but your attitude towards it and just moving on. I think he said he is hurting, but he's in good spirits. He knows that he's just gonna keep attacking it, and I think that's the good part. Is just you just got to move on. But for the Warriors, like I told you guys yesterday, I think they have motivation before, but playing their last game at Oracle, playing for Kevin, they have good motivations. They know like the right pieces to meet to win this game. Now, what happens is that Kevin Durant tips the balances towards Golden State. Without Kevin Durant, it's either even matchup or it goes to the Raptors because of the Raptors' depth and the things that they can do because of their size. And Golden State has had trouble rebounding in the series because of the bodies that the Raptors can throw at the center position, the power forward position. So, to me, the key for the Warriors, really, which I haven't really thought about to now, is that they got to be able to really grab rebounds. Because to me, they'd have the series lead if they were actually able to grab the rebounds off of Toronto's misses. Because what happens is Toronto gets these second chances and then they find open shooters, or they're just putting it up right at the basket. It's just simply that boxing out is just one thing that they haven't consistently done to me, or they're just getting pushed out of position. Guys are either jumping over them and just getting the rebounds legally, because I've not seen an over-the-back foul by Toronto. They're just really out-muscling Golden State, and it's because the Golden State doesn't really have this. They actually do have big bodies. Kevon Looney, he's actually very strong. DeMarcus Cousins is very strong. Andrew Bogut, when those guys are in the game, to me, they're greatest at getting rebounds. It's just, to me, one thing that happens is that Kevon Looney's he's shorter, so, and you don't really want to start DeMarcus Cousins because of his lateral quickness, and they tend to attack him, especially in pick and roll situations, a lot. So you're kind of looking at what do you want to do for matchups, which is why Toronto has kind of just really kind of had their way offensively a lot of times. The way that Kawhi Leonard can ISO, call for ball screens to try to get a matchup that he wants. So, all in all, to me, Toronto's done a great job of just really getting the matchups that they want and just, really doing what they want with the ball. For Golden State, though, on offense, it's got to come from other guys, because what I really expect from Steph and Clay is for them to eat Steph to get 30, which he's been getting 35 and 5 the whole series. Clay's going to get his 25, because no matter what Toronto's been doing, it's hilarious how Steph and Clay are still being able to find open shots, because it does not matter. There are going to be moments when they get open. And Steph did go cold in the second half, but it's the shots that matter, and it's the shots that they hit when they count. It's not always about hitting all your shots, because you can hit all the shots you want, but when the game's on the line, you're going to be talked about how you missed that one shot, because Steph Curry could go 8 for 9, which is about 89%. But if he misses one shot that could have won the game, guess what they're going to be talking about that. It's just how it is. It's the nature of the game. So them coming up in the clutch to me is huge, and I think momentum is really it's big. And as people want to keep talking about Toronto still has the lead, my thing is you have to close out Golden State because you can't give a championship team life or they're going to capitalize on that. Momentum is actually real. It's how the universe works. It's how life works. You take momentum. Momentum is like built on everything. It's not just in sports. Even though we talk about momentum in sports all the time because it's like that's how we. It's like how we really see it mostly instead of all the things we do like in everyday life. To me, momentum slightly is on Golden State's side because they had to gut it out, claw that win out. They were down by 6. They ended up winning by 1, going on a 9-2 run. You got to be able to get lucky and win close games like that in order to be champions. And to me, them doing that is just incredible. Losing Kevin Durant, you could easily fold and call it a season, but they really want this, and it's so impressive just them just. Like I said, clawing, just wanting to win the game. Their resolve. We're not going to die mentality. That's why they're the Warriors. So that part is going to be great too. But before I close this video out, I'm going to tell you guys tomorrow I'm going to do a preview on Game 6. To me, Golden State will win, but I'm going to do it more in depth. But I know Oracle's going to be rocking. The Warriors they look to be in good spirits when I saw their press conference earlier today, but. You know, I don't know. I do have Golden State winning, so winning the whole series especially. So I ain't gonna jump ship. It doesn't matter what happens to me. I just really believe in Golden State. To me, this winning a game like that to me is just so huge for your confidence, so huge for momentum especially. And Toronto I like how Toronto's staying confident and saying that they have another opportunity, but. It's times when you don't capitalize on the opportunity given before that actually a lot of times, most of the time you end up just regretting it. And to me, this is gonna come back and bite Toronto because you have the series, you have the home court advantage, you have everything on your side. You had Kawhi who put up 10 straight. The Warriors were on the ropes, and you call a timeout. To me, it's too many factors that go into how they lost that game, how the momentum has changed, and to me, it is looking like it's destiny. So, wow, this series has just been so filled with drama that it's been a long time since we actually had a finals like this. Last time I can really remember is like the Warriors 2016 finals with the Cavaliers. I don't know if you guys remember this, like because I remember the 2009-2010 NBA Finals with the Celtics and Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers. Yes, I think that was my first finals I've ever watched. That was one of the legit most craziest things I've ever seen because I was new to basketball at that time. But that's what to me this finals is like, where Golden State is like the Lakers to me, where Boston is up 3-2. And I remember I heard a story about Kobe laughing in the locker room, and he said, we have 2 chances. They actually had 2 games at home, but the Warriors don't have that this year, but they have 2 chances to win 2 games to be 3-time world champions. And then he said he'd take that any day of the week, and then everybody started laughing. So to me, Golden State is in a prime position where it's like that, where you have 2 games to go win a championship. Who the hell says they wouldn't take that? So that's all I gotta say. And one thing before I go too is that not only we already heard about the Raptors fans cheering about Kevin Durant's injury, which I'm kind of over. It's not that big of a deal to me anymore. It's just a lot of, if you're cheering for that, then you're going to be looked at a certain way now. You can't just say that doesn't represent all of us, because I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. I hate to do this, but I gotta play this card where one person of African American descent does something, then it kind of represents all of us, which isn't fair, but that's what it is. So to me, if we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna think of all Raptors fans the same way, because a whole group of you guys are doing it. So I can't just single you guys out because if we're gonna play fair, that's just how it works in the real world. So, but I saw a video where Raptors fans were cussing, saying bad things to Steph Curry's mom and dad as they were going to the hotel after Game 5. It's just weird things that are going on, and you could say it's all for a basketball game, but like for what? Like for what? Like what's the purpose in doing all that, bro? I would have thought you would have showed some maturity. So I mean, I know it's out Toronto. I understand as fans that you can kind of lose your mind, but I don't think you can give anybody an excuse because that's somebody's mom, somebody's dad. That's just uncalled for. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you guys for listening to Those Purpose Driven Live Sports. Once again, this is another NBA Finals video. This series has been so drama filled. Reminds me of my first NBA Finals that I watched back in 2010. Back Kobe's last championship. So, yeah. Like, that was the first Finals I watched. It's crazy. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching this. This Purpose Driven Live Sports. I'll be back to you guys again soon for more NBA news.